That's about a 35% increase. And my target price over the next several months is... All right, welcome to Talkin' Investing. I am Tom, and as always, this is not financial advice. A little bit about myself. I have a background in accounting. I started out my career as a CPA. I have not done that for a while, but I have been working with numbers for over the last 30 years, and I have been trading stocks for quite a while. My goal on this channel is just to share some of my experience with everybody, and hopefully we all make some money along the way. We cover Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners quite a bit on this channel, so if you enjoy that content, please do us a favor and subscribe to the channel and smash the like button if you enjoy this video. Having said that, it is Monday morning, November 22nd, and today I want to talk about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners. We'll take a look at the chart on what happened over the weekend, and then I want to zoom in, and then I want to zoom out to try and get some perspective on what is going on with Bitcoin here. So, and then we'll take a look at some of the miners in specific. So Bitcoin right now is at about 58,200. So this was our close on Friday, and this is where we are right now, and this was the weekend. So really, not much is happening. We're trading at virtually the same level. However, the board is severely red. So if we look at the board, you're going to see a lot of down, 3%, 4%. Riot and Marathon are getting hit worse than anybody. Riot's down over 8% right now. Marathon's down over 7% right now. So let's zoom in on the chart a little bit and see what's going on. Starting at 8:15 this morning, you'll see Bitcoin had a rally. But what I want to start at talking about is, you'll see that on Sunday, we were hanging out back at our yellow line at $59,625. So it looked like maybe we were going to break above that, but it did turn out to be resistance. But we were in the high 59,000s. We then began to cascade downward for the rest of the day, move sideways overnight, and you will see that this 8:15 in the morning candle this morning bottomed out at $56,640. So if I zoom out and I draw a line right there, you'll see that that basically got back to, this candle on Friday got down to 56,640. So virtually the same exact spot. So we kind of took a journey over the weekend only to get right back to where we were at our lows on Friday. And then you can see here, as just before the market opened, we really took off. So at the 8:30 candle, and again, these are 15 minutes, at the 8:30 candle, we got up to as high as 59,500, which was very close to testing this yellow line again that we've been finding as resistance. It's now 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time Monday morning. Since then, we've been down and sideways a little bit. So that's what's happening with Bitcoin in the short term. But again, where we find ourselves right here is basically where we closed on Friday. So for the board to be down, Riot's now down over 9%, and Marathon is approaching down 9%. So these are some pretty heavy pullbacks for basically what amounted to trading sideways for the weekend. Let's zoom out and take a look at the big picture, because I think we can see a trend going on here, a couple of trends. And I want to start with this date. So if you've been watching this channel, we called September 29th the beginning of the most recent bull run. So from September 29th, you can see that we pretty much headed up very nicely for all the way through November 8th. That was well over a month. And I want to go just a little bit further back, because a very similar thing happened back in July. This was our absolute bottom, and you can see we touched this a few times. Bitcoin got just below 30,000 once, twice, 3 times. So this was kind of the official bottom here on July 21st. So you'll see a very similar thing happen. From July 21st, we had a nice line up until September 28th. So again, that was over a month, 5 or 6 weeks. So from the top of that, you can see we then proceeded to have a pretty healthy pullback over the next few weeks. If you look at what's happening right now, it's basically the very same thing. We've had a pullback over the last almost 2 weeks now. So from the end of July through the end of September, we've had a very similar situation happen from the end of September through the beginning of November here. So I cleaned the chart back up. So let's just take a look. So what my point is, if you look at our high on September 7th, we had about a 25% pullback. So that was just a few months ago. So let's take a look at what's happening right now. From the high here at 69,000 on November 10th to our low, we've had about a 21% pullback. So these have really been similar situations. So the question is, as we zoom out and look at the daily chart, I'm still seeing an upward trend like this. So that is the reason you'll see that I always say I'm still bullish on Bitcoin in the medium term. So I remain that way. I think November, December, January, February, I think are going to be healthy months, and we're going to hit new all-time highs in Bitcoin. But you can see this is the second time in the middle of this extended bull run. This is the second time we've had a 20+% pullback. So this seems to just be the way it is. So when it ends, we don't know. So I don't know that that was the bottom. But in the big picture, we've had typical crypto 20+% pullback, and that does not concern me. So I want to show you just a few other quick numbers. So the crypto fear and greed index is at 50%. So there's a range that's neutral, but that is literally exactly neutral, 50%. This is where all the indicators seem to be right now. And again, please don't rely on any one indicator. There's so many indicators, and they're all right, until they're wrong. So you got to be careful and don't rely on just one indicator. But I just thought it was interesting that today the fear and greed index seems to be right exactly neutral, because that's where Bitcoin seems to be, exactly neutral in the short term. You'll see on Friday this got all the way down to 34%. So that seemed like a good buying opportunity. But again, we basically just traded sideways over the weekend. Let's take a look at a few of the Bitcoin miners. I want to start out with Riot, because Riot is getting beaten up today. It's down over 9%. So Riot, from its low on September 29th to its high on November 15th, was up about 82%. Most of the Bitcoin miners were up more like 100% or more than 100%. However, that's a little misleading. Riot issued a lot of stock in the middle of that, so in reality, their market cap was up more like 100%, just like the rest of the miners. However, since that high on November 15th, we're down almost 30% on Riot. So to me, this is back in a territory, and you'll see we were down at this same place on Thursday, and then we were down back in this range back a few weeks ago on November 5th. If I were to draw a line right here where it hit its low, that seems to be a level of support that's held up for a bit now. And again, from where we are trading right now today to our recent high, that would be over a 40% increase. Now, that may take some time. I think everybody's been in a great big hurry. There was a few things driving that. I think we had these Plan B predictions out that we were going to go to 98,000 in November, and Plan B had seemed to be on pace in August, September, and October. And I know there's still a lot of people sticking to that and thinking that we're going to skyrocket and go parabolic in the next 10 days and get to that target price. Well, I hope those people are right, but I'm not looking at that. I'm looking at a nice, healthy upward trend with two 20+% corrections in the middle of it. But I think there's a nice 40% upside in Riot over some short period of time. Short meaning 1 or 2 months. And again, this is not financial advice. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know which way this goes. The Riot was down. Riot hit $25 several times. So is it possible it will revisit that low? Anything's possible. I don't believe that's the direction we're going in. This is how I'm trading this. I'm viewing this as a buying opportunity, but you guys got to do your own due diligence and make your own decision. So next I want to take a look at CleanSpark. You can see that CleanSpark hit its high of $23.57 on November 4th. So that was several weeks ago now. Over the course of those weeks, we have now pulled back to the current price. We're at about a 25% pullback on CleanSpark. I'm viewing this very similarly. Today, CleanSpark is only down about 2.5%. So it's not like there's a huge pullback today and there's a rush to buy, but I do think this is a very nice pullback. And for me, this represents a buying opportunity for CleanSpark because, again, we could put a line at these lows. This 2-hour candle actually touched this line of its recent low at about $17. So that seems to be some pretty consistent support in the short term. And again, just to get back to where it was, that's about a 35% increase. And my target price over the next several months is actually higher than that for CleanSpark. So I am expecting for it to move back in that direction. I know these are the very difficult times. We've had a 20+% pullback, and now we just spent the weekend going sideways. These stocks are getting a little beat up here Monday morning. This is where your level of conviction comes in. For those of you that are on the fence about Bitcoin and the Bitcoin miners, this is where you're apt to opt out and lose money. So please know your stocks. Please have conviction if you're holding these positions. These are mostly long-term positions for me, buy and holds. I do play some short-term options on all these as well because, as you can see, they're highly volatile. But all the positions I'm talking about are long-term buy and holds for me. So you guys have to decide if you have that level of conviction and can hold on during these downturns and view them as a buying opportunity versus a panic sell. Okay, I want to take a quick look at HIVE. Similar situation. All these charts are very similar. You can see HIVE hit its all-time high on November 9th, and we've had a considerable pullback since then, including a 5% pullback today. So we seem to be hanging out. There's a couple of lines of support here. On November 18th, we candlewicked through this yellow line at $3.74. We're back up to $4, and you can see this has been a pretty consistent line of support. There's a blue line right here. We're right on it, and that's at about $4. So that's been a strong line of support. And again, if Bitcoin is healthy and if Bitcoin is headed up, I think that you're going to see HIVE get back to its recent all-time highs. And again, I think there's a lot of room to the upside after that as well. So again, you guys got to make your own buying decisions, but HIVE operationally has been outstanding. So to have a big pullback like this off of its high, for me, definitely represents a buying opportunity. So lastly, I want to talk about Marathon. Marathon's a little bit of a different story. Marathon and Riot are kind of trading together today, down 8 or 9% so far most of the day today. Marathon had a bad couple of weeks. They've had some news come out regarding the SEC. There's a lot of people questioning. Question marks in the world of stock trading are not good. Marathon in less than 2 weeks is down 40%. So that is a drastic pullback. So, you know, some of the warning flags on this, there has been some subpoenas issued by the SEC, and there's an investigation going on. You know, you can look into that. A lot of other channels have done detailed videos on that, but the truth is we don't really know what's going on there. And to my mind, there's absolutely a possibility that they have broken some SEC rules or guidelines. There's a possibility that they could get penalized. We don't know where this leads, but we have no indication yet that it leads off the end of a cliff, which is what the stock has done in the short term. A 40% loss in value of the company. So we will have to wait and see. I don't want to make any judgments on where that's going. You know, my personal belief is this was a massive overreaction, some of which was due to the fact that Marathon had pretty much the best run out of everybody. This was an opportunity for people to take some profits and feel like they're reducing their risk. I think those are the reasons that this is down 40% in, you know, less than a 2-week window of time. So again, I do see Marathon rallying from here. So we'll keep our eye on this week, of course. And thanks so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video.